Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Moonbeam, and today I'm very excited to get into this very positive, fun, lighthearted, opportunistic new moon in Gemini that we have happening on May 26th, 2025. One of the most positive new moons of the year, in my personal astrological opinion. So thank you guys so much for joining me. We're going to get into what this means for the collective and each of the 12 signs as well. And if you're new to my channel here on YouTube, Rumble, or X, my name's Meg, and I'm a Western astrologer, mystic, musician, artist, weirdo, and I love sharing the Western astrology with all y'all. And I'm so excited that we're in this Gemini season with way lighter energies happening than the current Taurus season we are coming out of. Go check my recent Gemini season 2025 video I put out the other day if you want to learn more in depth about this upcoming Gemini season, the positive energies, and what's in store. And before we get into the astrology, please remember, you guys, to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up to date with all my magical content. And if you really enjoy this video, maybe share it with someone. Also, I have all my links below in the description box of this video for my workshops, courses, one-on-one readings, the Scorpling shop, where we've got astro crystal prescriptions, crystals, natural calendar for the natural year. Also, my husband Jens and I have a retreat coming up in Algonquin Park, Ontario, Canada, to celebrate the summer solstice, our soulful summer solstice retreat happening last long weekend of June. So if you'd like full details or to sign up, go to the link below at megmoonbeam.com. So how are we feeling, you guys? I am feeling really uplifted ever since the sun ingressed into Gemini on May 20th. I've been seeing a lot of you guys saying that in the comments and the live chats of my videos here on my channel. And this new moon really is literally and figuratively a breath of fresh air. Okay, so it's happening in the sign of Gemini, which is an air sign. Okay, fresh air. And we got a lot of positive things going on with this new moon that I'm going to be breaking down for you. So the exact time of this new moon is going to be May 26th at 11:02 p.m. Eastern time. So change that accordingly in comparison to wherever it is that you are located. And I'll say it again, this is one of the most positive new moons of the year. We don't have any major malefic kind of aspects going on. This is some very positive things I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Multiple positive things. And this is not your average new moon, okay? This is not your average astrology that we've been going through the past few years, really ever since 2020. There's nothing average about these times. We are in very, very special times, and it's a blessing to be alive right now. This is our first lunation since 1703, since the year 1703, with both Saturn and Neptune in Aries, okay? So what's really, really interesting is 2 days before the new moon on May 26th, we've got Granddaddy Saturn, as I like to call him, just ingressed into 0 degrees of Aries, out of Pisces, okay? Thank God. We've been going through Saturn and Pisces since March 2023. He's now in Aries. He's going to dip his toe back into Pisces, dip his grandpa foot and shoe back into Pisces from September 1st until February 2026. We'll talk about that later on. But thank goodness we are out of the really strong Piscean waters of having Neptune in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, North Node in Pisces. There was Venus and Mercury all in Pisces. Yes, the North Node is still in Pisces, and the North Node, and it's going to be actually at a Pisces degree, 24 degrees at the time of this new moon. Yes, the North Node is our collective higher purpose, destiny, what's in alignment for us to be focusing on overall with the current nodal transit. So for those of you who've never heard about the North Node before, and the South Node, those are some of the most important things in astrology to be paying attention to in your personal chart and in the current transits as well. So yes, the North Node is still in Pisces, and at the time of this new moon, it's at a Pisces degree, which is about spirituality, our higher self, surrender, creativity, compassion, forgiveness, all those Piscean rule things, okay? But Neptune, the modern day ruler, out of Pisces since March 30th, Granddaddy Saturn now in Aries. And look, you guys, Saturn and Neptune conjunct within 1 degree in the sign of Aries. Y'all, we've been waiting for this. So we've got Saturn and Neptune now within 1 degree orb in the sign of Aries. With this new moon and Saturn going into Aries starting on May 24th, we're going to start to really see what this Saturn-Neptune conjunction is going to be all about in the sign of Aries. I'm going to do a whole separate video coming up on the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, which will almost be exact this summer, but won't be perfectly exact until February. I think is it February 19th or 20th, 2026, one of those 2 days. I'm going to do a video next week on my channel for Saturn in Aries for all the collective and each of the 12 signs. So stay tuned for that. I'll talk about that more in that video. Today, we're focusing on the new moon. So, okay, yes, it's a new moon, which is about new beginnings, setting intentions, fresh new opportunity, right? But we got this Saturn-Neptune having just come into conjunction in the same sign within 1 degree. This is very, very significant. We have not had this since 1703. And some of you guys may be listening like, Meg, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, what does it mean, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction? I'll get into that more in an upcoming video, but I'll just say very briefly here right now. Saturn is the planet that rules structures, systems of life, law and order, time, the matrix, the physical reality. And Neptune is the opposite of that, okay? Neptune is that which is not of the physical world. It is not the matrix. It is the ruler of Pisces. It's spirituality and creativity and bliss and oneness and also dissolving, things dissolving, among many other things. I'll get into that in the video coming up. But this Saturn-Neptune conjunction, it's a dissolving of the systems and structures of life that no longer serve us. Okay, so this is a very big theme we are going through. You're going to see this in the collective as we've already started to see this. The health systems, the school systems, the government systems, the entertainment systems, the work systems. Did I say health systems? Yes, I did. Every single system of life going through a dissolving and a reboot and a major transformation. This is very, very exciting stuff. And this is also for each of us personally, wherever we have 0, 1 degrees of Aries, those beginning degrees of Aries in our chart, we're going through that energy of maybe something dissolving, letting go, and a restructuring going on. So even though, yes, this is a new moon about beginnings in the sign of Gemini, we're going to talk about what Gemini is all about. It's our first lunation with Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Aries. So there is a dissolving and a letting go and a restructuring at the same time as a new beginning, setting of intentions, which, to be very clear with you guys, this is one of the best new moons of the year to set intentions. I think it's one of the most positive new moons of the year. It's happening at 6 degrees of Gemini. So you're going to want to look to see where you have 6 degrees of Gemini in your personal astrology chart, if you'd like, because that is a certain house, area of life that is being activated. And don't worry, I'll go through each of the 12 signs with the whole sign charts to do readings for each of you guys for your sun, moon, rising. If you have any placements between 1 to 11 degrees of Gemini, this will be most significant for you. Or if you have 1 to 11 degrees of the mutable signs. So Gemini is the sign that rules communication, information, learning, our local community, siblings, friends, neighbors, things being doubled. Okay, Gemini is the twins and things being doubled. In medical astrology, it's the mind and also the nervous system, rules short distance travel, curiosity, among many other things. Gemini is like all the day-to-day gadgets, our cars, day-to-day activities, along with the sign of Virgo, the 2 signs ruled by Mercury. So we can see these Gemini-ruled areas of life highlighted in the collective and each of our personal lives. This is a very powerful new moon for us to be doing intention setting, and not just any kind of intention setting, but in particular, long-term goal setting. Why is that? Because we've got Saturn the ruler of time and the long term and sustainability in sextile, positive aspect to this new moon. So I love when we've got a new moon with Saturn in positive aspects, because that means we can set intentions and goals and actually fulfill them going into the long term. So this is fantastic. Very powerful at the time of this new moon for us to be intention setting through Gemini ways, writing down, journaling, speaking, singing, using our voice to create and be creative spiritually, doing chanting as well, any way of using the voice, toning, chanting. Also a great new moon for us to be going to maybe a new moon event or any sort of event that resonates with you in your local community. Gemini, remember, is the local community, connecting to the people around you. You can make new friends when you do so. Also, a great time to be having conversations that we've been maybe putting off. Gemini is the sign that rules communication. Great time to spend time with friends, siblings, neighbors. Interesting. Paperwork that needs to get done. Okay, Gemini is pens, papers, documents, personal documents, and effects. So anything we've been putting off that way, very good time to be getting that done. Also, Gemini rules short distance travels, cars, trains, bikes, motorcycles, motorhomes, any kind of cars. So doing anything car related is also very positive, or motorcycle related, or if you're a train operator, train related. Also, this is a great new moon to be starting something new on social media. Okay, so social media, yes, it can be an information overload, which can be one of the challenges of this new moon and actually this whole Gemini season. We'll get to that. But there's positives to social media. One of the positives is you can utilize it for business, for professional reasons, or for personal reasons if you're wanting to get your word out, if you're wanting to get your message out. So it's a great new moon to be starting some new regiment through social media, starting a podcast, if that's been something that you've been wanting to do. We've got the dispositor, Mercury, the ruling planet of Gemini, in Gemini, the home sign, in his rulership. This is very positive, and conjunct the new moon. So if some of you are thinking, okay, what's so positive about this new moon? The moon in Gemini is quite light. It's one of the lighter signs in astrology. It's not a heavy place for the moon to be. So that's positive. We've got dispositor Mercury at home in Jupiter. That's positive. We've got a beautiful Venus in trine to Mars. We've got Pluto in trine to the new moon, Saturn and Neptune in sextile to the new moon. We got Pluto, sextile Saturn and Neptune. We got lots of supportive things. We do have some challenging things, which I'll get to, but I feel like the positive kind of overrides the adversity with the chart of this new moon. We can be getting very powerful insights and truths in our lives and regarding our intentions. So pay attention to your thoughts, even your dreams, the signs, the synchronicities, everything coming up. We can be having amazing ideas and clarity coming up with this new moon. Why the Gemini influence can be a little bit of an information overload and so strong is because it's not just the sun and the moon and Mercury in Gemini. We've still got Jupiter, the great benefic, in the sign of Gemini at the time of this new moon and until June 9th. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, he expands whatever he's touching. A challenge with this new moon can be a total information overload, possibly in the collective, in the news, on social media, also in our personal lives. So, I feel like this new moon is also inviting us to look at social media and look at where we're taking in information. And are we addicted to it? Are we listening to people that don't resonate anymore? What information are you taking in, and what's your relationship with how you take in the information, where you take it in from, and does that serve you anymore? Okay. And when is enough enough? Okay. Maybe looking once or twice a day. This is something that's very challenging that I've been doing. Some days I've been good at it. Some days I've not been good at it, but I am working very much right now personally with my astrology on my habits and my routines in health and my day-to-day. And one of those things I've been working with is social media. and trying my best to only look at it like once or twice a day in the morning and afternoon, and then zip it, shut off, don't look, right? So I invite you guys to share, in the comments below, if you feel like it, how have you been navigating the information overload that we've been in since really May of last year, since Jupiter entered Gemini, but even that we're in right now, even more so with this Gemini season. How do you navigate social media? Do you have boundaries with it? Do you have a routine with it? Let me know if you feel like letting me know in the comments. So, oh yeah, and speaking of routines, we've got this new moon at 6 degrees, okay, which is a Virgo degree. Whenever I think of Virgo, for some reason, I want to talk in a British accent. It just seems very Virgo and polite and nice to me. I don't know why that is, but I'll speak in my normal voice. With this new moon being at 6 degrees, it's highlighting our routines, our day-to-day activities, our day-to-day work, our office spaces, our health. Okay, Virgo is about health and having your shit together and being organized. So one of the things we can be setting intentions or long-term goals around is your health and your routines and your day-to-day works and even pets. Virgo can also be animals and pets in your personal wellness journey. What else? Oh yeah, we've got beautiful Venus in trine to Mars. I mean, the goddess of the divine feminine, the god of the divine masculine in trine within a 2-degree orb. Very romantic, very creative. This new moon in Gemini is great for a date night, for, some sexy time, some romance, some creativity. Very positive for us to be having that Venus in trine to Mars. And yeah, we've got Jupiter square the nodes. Okay, so that's a little bit challenging. Jupiter is testing our current nodal journey at the moment. Where are we at in letting go of those Virgo ruled areas that don't serve us, right? Very much around routines. We can actually be feeling the Virgo influence strong with this new moon, with it being at a Virgo degree and Jupiter square the North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo. It can become like very apparent to us what are the day-to-day routines or habits that not only don't serve us, but I'm hearing universe say, don't uplift us. Gemini is a very light sign. It's a very airy sign. It's not a heavy sign. It's not a complicated sign. It's fun. It's curious. It's mischievous. It's open. It's lighthearted. What's holding us back in our day-to-day routines from being in that lighthearted energy? Are we listening to like intense freaking conspiracy podcasts all day, every day? I know for me, that's a challenge. I'm a Scorpio. Sometimes I'm like that. Okay. But we need to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves sometimes. Like, we are not built, our nervous system is not built to be listening to podcasts every single moment, to be listening to conspiracies every single moment, to be keeping up with the breaking news, to be looking at your friends every single moment on social media. So, how can we change that if that doesn't uplift us? What new routines or patterns can we bring in? We've also got Jupiter in square to Neptune. Okay, it's a 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a 5-degree orb? No, 6-degree orb. So it's not super strong, but it is there in a light influence. So being mindful with the information overload that can be going on. And, if you guys have been paying attention, there's so much information and truths being revealed, particularly in the independent alternative media. We know the mainstream media is owned by the pharmaceutical company and the Rockefellers and all those freaks and stuff like that. If you listen to actual like common sense media, Gemini, there's so much being revealed and coming out, but we do want to be mindful with the Jupiter square Neptune that is going to be exact before the new moon. After the new moon. To just be in discernment, to be in common sense. I like to say it's okay to be in the I don't know if we don't know the truth about something, right? We don't always need to take a side right away. Also, for this new moon, some reflective questions that I invite you guys, if you'd like to do some journaling or reflecting with your intention setting, some reflective questions that I kind of channeled from the universe is, number one, How am I using my voice? Number 2, what information sources am I taking in? Does this information uplift and truly resonate with me? Number 3, what is my message that I am putting out into this world? So, how am I using my voice? What information sources am I taking in? Do they uplift and truly resonate with me? And what is my message I'm putting out into the world? Those are some things that I invite you guys to be reflecting on. And our tarot card for the collective for this new moon in Pisces is the 7 of Pentacles. Interesting. I like this guy because if you look at him, he's been working, right? I'm not sure if he's been plowing or what exactly he's been doing there with that stick, but he's been working. He's built something up that's almost as tall as him, right? And he's looking down in it, and he's in the present moment. He's outside, and he's looking at what he's created so far. So I feel like with this new moon, it is good for us to be not only looking at the future, but also reflecting on how far have we come? What have we accomplished? What's been working up until this point? What has not been working? What are we in gratitude about? And also, this 7 of Pentacles is great for planning into the future and setting long-term goals, which totally makes sense with Saturn in trine to this new moon. So we're going to go through each of the 12 sign readings now for this new moon in Pisces. And I've been doing something a little bit different lately. So instead of every single, transit video I do where I go through each of the 12 signs where I start with Aries, okay, boring, we're going to mix it up. So last video I did on the full moon in Scorpio where I did a 12 sign reading, we started with the Aries. This one, we're going to start with the Pisces and move our way through the signs backwards, starting with Pisces. So let me bring up. Okay, so Pisces, you are having this new moon in Gemini happening in your 4th astrological house, which is the Cancer ruled areas of life. Very interesting with this new moon for you guys. It's happening in the 4th house of your home, your family, your emotions, your emotional foundation in life, and your ancestors. So it is a really positive new moon to be bringing new energy into the home, starting something new with the family, spending time with the family, anything related to those Cancer ruled areas. But very interesting that we've got very strong aspects happening at this new moon with your ruling planets. So the ruling planets of Pisces. We've got your traditional ruler, Jupiter, in square to the nodes, the North Node and the South Node. Jupiter in a light square to Neptune, your modern day planetary ruler, and Neptune, your modern ruler, conjunct Saturn. So even though it's happening in the 4th house, which is not necessarily a really heavy house, it is a water house. It is our home and our family and our emotions. We can be feeling sensitive. Okay, so Pisces, you already are one of the most sensitive, if not the most sensitive sign. It's great to set intentions, but there's also a lot of change going on for the Pisces. I'm getting the sense that you're going to have a very big energy shift and lifting of heaviness and even burdens with this new moon. If you pay attention to how far you've come, Spirit saying what you're ready to let go of, and paying attention to the signs and synchronicities and supporting you in moving forward. Listen to the wise words, Gemini, of your family members, Pisces, of your siblings, of your parents, of your grandparents, of your aunts and uncles. I feel like you can have very profound conversations with your family, even with anyone having to do with anything home related. If you've been doing renovations or wanting to do anything with the house, it's a very good time for that. If you've been looking for a new home, you may find a new home. Whoa, I'm getting chills with that. Or you may have ideas or inspiration or clarity, Gemini, news and information about new possible place to live or property to invest in. So there's a shedding going on at the same time as a new beginning. And Saturn is out of your sign, Pisces. So from May 24th until September 1st, you get a little break because Saturn's in Aries. He's going to be back in your sign in September until February 2026. So there's a lightning energy for you with this new moon in a very big way. And you may be feeling emotional, okay, but there's also very big lighting. And tarot card we've got for you for this new moon, Pisces, is the Page of Wands. Look at him. Okay, I like this Page of Wands. He's all about courage, excitement, free-spiritedness, discovery, adventure, focused passion, and what thrills you. Okay, so I feel like you're being reinvigorated with this new moon, reinvigorated so much so that maybe you're like wanting to physically move homes, completely clean out the home, feng shui the home, start having a family, healing or forgiving family members, having breakthrough with family members. So let me know, Pisces, what's going on. Very nice new beginnings we got going on with that Page of Wands. And you guys, this is feeling like a really big energy shift for all 12 of the signs and the whole collective. And I invite you guys to be present with that. Yes, there are some very intense things going on in the world, and we've got major challenges going on in the world, but this is a beautiful new moon. I'm hearing the universe say to bask in the energy of it, to do some stargazing, to do some earthing, to be having some fun, not taking ourselves so seriously. So, okay, we move to our Aquarians. We're moving backwards. Aquarius, this new moon in Pisces is happening in your 5th house. Ooh, the fun house. Sorry, did I say new moon in Pisces? I meant to say new moon in Gemini. It's happening in your 5th house, which is the fun house. Okay, this is the Leo-ruled areas of life. So it's highlighting fun, play, your inner child, romance, sex, risky investments, creativity, being seen publicly, showcasing your gifts and talents. So Aquarius, this is a very inspiring, positive, creative new moon for you. Great new moon to be spending time around children, maybe friends from childhood, friends from school. Some of you guys may be reconnecting with people like that and believing in yourself, being confident and sharing your creative message out to the world. Can be a great time for creative projects. We've got your ruler Uranus conjunct Mercury, the dispositor of this new moon. So very profound insights can be coming in. Pay attention to the ideas that you have. There may be a change, a shocking change to some goals or ideas as well. And the tarot card that we've got for you, Aquarians, for this new moon in Gemini is the Chariot. I love the Chariot. It's all about success in the face of difficulty, moving forward, protection, perseverance, and confidence. You know, you've got Pluto in your sun now for the next 19 years, and you guys are the way showers for us into the age of Aquarius. I know I'm always saying that to you guys, but this is an amazing new moon for you to be in your confidence, for you to believe in yourself, to put your message out into the world, and to keep on trucking with that Chariot. You've got a mission. Look at that guy. He's got a mission. He's protected. Remember, you're protected, and move forward in your spiritual mission fearlessly. Love you, Aquarians, and sending lots of love your way. Next, we move to our Cappies. Capricorns are having this new moon in Gemini in your 6th house of the Virgo ruled areas. And remember that this new moon is happening at a Virgo degree. We do have Jupiter in square to the South node in Virgo at the time of this new moon. So it's happening in your 6 months of Virgo. It's all about your routines, your health, your wellness, your day-to-day work, your office spaces, your coworkers, friends you're working with, if you are working with any friends, your pets, I'm hearing Spirit say your daily maintenance, okay? And I'm getting the sense intuitively that some of you Capricorns have not been doing maybe the best daily maintenance, the best daily routines, balancing work and being of service with your personal health. That's something in general that can be a difficulty for Capricorns, but I'm getting that intuitive sense very strongly for you right now. So this is, and of course, this is general for everybody. So maybe there are some Capricorns that you're already taking care of yourself in that way. But great new moon to be setting intentions and starting new regimens, having to do with your health, your wellness, your routines. Also, one of the work houses, so there can be positive developments in your work and your income as well. We've got your ruler Saturn in sextile to the new moon, so this is very supportive to you. We've also got your ruler Saturn just moved into Aries. So wow, that's a very big shift for you Capricorns. You can be feeling, even though Saturn is at fall in Aries, I feel like you're going to feel more energized than you have the past 2 years with Saturn in Pisces. So you're feeling more invigorated to take care of your health, to move forward, to be even more confident than you already are. And the tarot card that we've got for our Cappies for this new moon in Gemini is the Two of Pentacles. And I like this card. I'm liking all the cards that we're getting so far for everybody. Nothing really heavy yet. The Two of Pentacles, it's kind of trippy because he looks trippy and he's also got waves and an ocean behind him with boats. So it's interesting that he's looking forward with these two options. It's a card about options, choices, decisions that are up to you. So Capricorns, if you need to make a decision at the time of this new moon, this card is saying either option is good and it's up to you. So you don't need to worry. It's also about balance. And I was getting that message before around, balance between being that hard worker, being that dedicated member of society in the world that you are with your personal health and wellness is very, very important with this new moon. So love you, Cappies. Hope that resonates. And let's go to our Saggies. Saggies are having this new moon in Gemini in your 7th house of Libra. So it's about love. It's about commitment, your commitments in life, your committed relationships, your marriage partner, if you have one, people that do work for you, clients or people that you're committed to, your aesthetic, law and order, anything having to do with the courts or laws. Also documents can be Libra as well. So Sagittarius, this is a great new moon to set intentions around maybe welcoming in a lover to your life, or really honing in on what are your commitments, what are your pleasures and enjoyments in life. And with it being a new moon in Gemini in your 7th house, there can be new committed friends, new committed lover that maybe started as a friendship, or work associates that started as a friendship coming forward. So this is light, this is fun, and we've got your planetary ruler, Jupiter. He is in square to the nodes. Okay, so you can be feeling a push towards your destiny, even stronger than usual. You may be getting very strong dreams that you can't deny, or intuitive impressions that you can't deny that you need to pay attention to at this time. And also with your ruler Jupiter square the South Node, it is highlighting, as it is a theme for all of us, routines that don't serve anymore, health patterns that, it's time to let go of those. Also, when we have the 7th house activated, there may be an emphasis on other people in our life highlighted at the time of this new moon. So you may call to be in a supportive position for a friend or lover or a coworker or a business associate. I notice that a lot when people have the 7th house activated. There's more so, something going on with the other people rather than oneself. Yeah, paying attention to who you surround yourself with. Do they uplift you? That's very, very important. Okay, and tarot card for our Saggies for this new moon. Look at that. The Emperor. Okay, love the Emperor. We've gotten 2 major arcana cards so far, I think, so that's pretty interesting. The Emperor is all about being bold and being brave, confidence, victory, ambitiousness, divine masculine, boundaries, and structure. I feel like you guys are getting grounded in your relationships and your commitments. And there may be some people or areas that you maybe need to put some boundaries up with, okay, or even some commitments within yourself that you need to get real with yourself about. But this is like very much invigorating your confidence, your sense of victory, bringing in positive energy and power. Some of you may be in leadership positions or getting like promotions or maybe starting a new business. Wow. you guys have the Emperor. So love you, Saggies, very much. Sending lots of love your way. Now we go to our Scorplings. Okay, Scorplings, it's been a little intense as of late. Have you guys noticed? We've had very intense aspects to our rulers, Mars and Pluto, for months and months and months. Since the end of 2024, 3 Mars-Pluto oppositions in a row. We've just had Pluto go retrograde, all these crazy aspects with our rulers. And the past couple videos I've done where I've done readings for Scorpios, it's been pretty freaking intense. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm a Scorpio, and I've definitely been feeling the theme of extremes and transformation. And I've been doing an astrological remedy as of late of doing a cleanse. Okay, Scorpio rules to remove toxicity from your life. And I've been feeling a lot more balanced and like moving forward since I've started doing that. So let me know, Scorplings, how you guys are doing. This new moon is happening in our 8th house of Scorpio. Now, thank God, this is a pretty completely well aspected new moon in terms of the aspects towards the moon and the sun making the new moon, including our modern day ruler Pluto trine the new moon. So this is actually a very positive and empowering and breakthrough new moon for Scorpios, where you may be feeling quite light. You may be having a positive breakthrough. You may feel like you're coming out of a dark night of the soul. You're coming out of a really negative habit or pattern, and you're kind of on the other side. Not that we're perfect. We've still got a lot to work on, but there's a feeling of transformation and coming on to the other side. It is the house of transformation, the 8th house of Scorpio, and it's also the house of sex, intimacy, merging with others. So this is a beautiful new moon with it happening in the 8th house, with the trine Pluto, our ruler, with Venus and trine to Mars. Okay, all the sexy planets and good aspects to be being in intimacy, to be opening up to trust, to be spending quality time with our partners or with ourselves. If you are single, being open to merging resources with others, to trusting others, sharing our secrets with others. This is a great new moon for maybe starting therapy. I just got that download. You know, psychotherapy is ruled by Scorpio. Gemini is to talk. Therapy is going to be very important for Scorpios during this whole Pluto and Aquarius transit. With Pluto being in our 4th house, I think that's a really good astrological remedy for that. So I'm liking the energy of this. I think it's also good for making investments. 8th house of Scorpio is investments, receiving. I like it. So Scorpios, there's a little bit of a change of the energy in a positive way. And our tarot card is woo woo, the 4 of Wands. We're getting some good cards, everybody. Celebration, parties, domestic bliss, positive opportunities, stability, home, milestones, romance. This is a romantic, sexy new moon for us. This is stable. There's a stability. There's a stability to this. There's something we've overcome. I feel like you're going to be seeing how far you've come. And yes, there's challenges going on for many of us, but there's a positive shift in the energy. So yay, yay, yay. Don't forget to set your intentions. And, you know, good to set intentions around anything having to do with a committed partner, sex life, therapy, healing modalities, transformation, your healing journey, your empowerment. So love you guys. And now we move on to our Libras. Our lovely Libras are having this new moon in Gemini in the 9th house of Sagittarius. So this is expanding your mind and your consciousness and your beliefs. We've got your ruler Venus in a trine to Mars, very positive. She is at her, detriment position of Aries, but in a beautiful trine to Mars. This is uplifting. This is inspirational. This is really good for putting your message out into the world, putting your intentions out, doing visualization practices, meditation, belief practices, rewiring your brain. People like Joe Dispenza, are really cool to listen to. I like to do that whenever I've got my ninth house activated. He's all about how to restructure the brain and our beliefs. Great time for foreign travel, taking a new course, studying, spending time with mentors, publishing, all those saggy, waggy things. You can have huge insights from your higher consciousness. Gemini is the opposite sign of Sagittarius, and it is that learning axis. So this is positive and inspirational for the Libras and for many of us. And your tarot card for this new moon is the King of Cups. Oh, I forgot to say, you may be planning a trip abroad for the future. It's a good time to be doing that as well. King of Cups is about wisdom, generosity, creative intelligence. He's guided by emotions, but not operating from them. Creative pursuits and completing those creative pursuits. So it's like your creative intelligence. So many of you Libras may be getting downloads, insights, clarity on creative projects or pursuits, putting them out there into the world. Your creative gifts, Libra, you're a very creative sign. So bringing that creative energy more into your day-to-day and mastering your emotions. And it's upright. So it's in a good place. You're feeling emotions, you're feeling the sensitivity, but you're not letting yourself be operated by them. So Libras, I hope that resonated with you, and I'm sending lots of love your way. Next, we move to our Virgos. Virgos are having this new moon in Gemini, in the 10th house of Capricorn. This is a fantastic new moon for anything having to do with work, career, starting your own work, starting your own side hustle. Remember, Gemini is things being doubled. So maybe you want to start a side hustle, you already have a job, but you want another job, Gemini, or maybe you want to go gung-ho into something totally new. Having conversations with a boss or a parent or an elder figure can go very well at this time. Setting goals around your legacy and your work, being seen positively in public. This is great for you Virgos, and you guys are very hard workers, and you guys usually have clear goals. You're usually very organized. So this is a great new moon for all those Capricorn areas. And we've got your ruler Mercury in his other home sign of Gemini, conjunct the new moon and in trine to Pluto. So you are being empowered. The 10th house and Pluto is empowerment and leadership and boldness. So you can be really feeling like believing yourself all the way. I'm hearing the universe say your dreams possibly becoming even bigger, your goals becoming possibly even bigger. And that is in alignment, and you can do it. Let's see, your card for this new moon is the Six of Wands. Oh my God, this is the victory card. You guys, this is one of my most favorite tarot cards. It's about victory, success, confidence, moving forward, progression, and public recognition. Interesting. And this new moon is happening in your 10th house of public recognition. So you may be getting publicly recognized or publicly appraised. Is that the right word? Applauded for something. And professionally, what you seed into motion will be very successful with this new moon. So we're getting lots of positive cards for everyone. Doesn't it feel good when that happens? I like when it's always nicer to get the positive cards. Okay, next we move to our Leos. Leos, you're having this new moon in your 11th house of Aquarius, the future and technology and friends and like-minded community. So this can be fun. This is a great new moon for you to make new friends, setting intention about making new friends or new like-minded community, going out into your like-minded community to an event, intentions around social media, technology. The 11th house is gains and our wishes and dreams. So this is a very lucky new moon for you to be setting intentions and dreams. We've got your ruler, the sun, is trine Pluto, very powerful, transformative, badass aspect. And we've also got the sun, your ruler, in sextile to Saturn and Neptune conjunction. So I feel like we're being upgraded and we're feeling like we've overcome a hump. And again, yes, there's challenges going on in the world, but we're getting like a positive boost with this new moon. This is coming up with the collective reading and each of the 12 signs. So this is very exciting. We've also got Mars in your sign of Leo, trine Venus. So this is great for creativity, relationships, romance, committing even further to yourself and others in your life. Love it. And the tarot card we've got for Leos this new moon is the Empress. Another awesome card. Why isn't she closing in? Just one second, you guys. There we go. The Empress. Positive results, abundance, pleasure, fertility, beauty, enjoyment, success. And I'm also hearing Spirit say yes. Yes, the word yes. If you've been wondering about something, if you've been confused about something, if you've been wanting to do something, the answer is yes. I'm hearing the universe say, yes, 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 Leos, to whatever it is you've been contemplating. The answer is yes. You are in a powerful position. You are abundant. You deserve abundance. You deserve pleasure. And there's enjoyment coming in. That is fantastic. Okay, next we move to our Cancers. Cancers are having this new moon in Gemini happening in the 12th astrological house of Pisces. So you can definitely be feeling dreamy, sensitive, intuitive. You're already all those things, but you're going to be feeling that even more. Pay attention to your dreams. Okay, Cancers, you're about to have Jupiter enter your sign in June 9th during this Gemini season, which is one of the most positive things you can have in astrology, Jupiter in your sign. So make your wishes, make your intentions, plant the seeds. Okay, with this new moon happening in the 12th house, do meditation, spiritual practices, sound healing, journeying, visualization, make a vision board if you want to. Those are some ideas of things to do. This is very magical. You can be having very spiritual, kind of paranormal phenomena pointing you in the right direction. I'm hearing the universe say, Gemini is about writing. 12th house is spirituality. You can do automatic writing during this time. Very, very powerful. Magical. Cancers, this is magical. There can be a healing breakthrough, creative breakthrough and inspiration as well. And the tarot card we've got for Cancers is the Nine of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is the wishes coming true card. Success, happiness, positive energy, pleasure, and abundance. You guys, we are getting badass freaking cards for all the signs. Cancers, I am excited for you for this new moon and Jupiter going into your sign soon. Love you guys. And now we have the Geminis. Happy Gemini season. Happy birthday solar returns to all our Geminis. This is happening in, of course, your first house in your sign. And this is a positive new beginning for you, Gemini. It's interesting because we're getting it to the end of the Jupiter and Gemini transit. So it feels like there's new wisdom that you've accumulated within the past year of this Jupiter and Gemini transit coming to a close right after this new moon. I'm getting the sense of wisdom. You're turning a page, positive new opportunities coming forward. We've got your ruler Mercury conjunct the new moon and trine to Pluto with Mercury. This is empowerment, empowerment from past limitations. So doing empowering things that uplift you at the time of this new moon and really setting goals into the long term in your Gemini ways can be very successful. We've got the Six of Cups. This is interesting because this is about the past, memories, nostalgia, healing, compassion, people from the past. I keep hearing Spirit say you're turning a new page. Your physical body is turning a new page, your health, how you're seen. You can be moving past programming of how you've been taught to be seen, and you're feeling more confident in yourself. There can be a lot of memories about the past, maybe people, new friends coming back from the past, neighbors, siblings, nostalgia, which it's healthy to have nostalgia, but we also want to be focused on the future. So being mindful, Gemini, to be open to the new energies and not like over into nostalgia at the time of this new moon. Loves it. 2 more signs. Taurus. Taurus, you're having this new moon in the 2nd house of Taurus, your house. Abundance, income, pleasure, beauty, enjoyment, our values. Sensuality. So Tauruses, this is, I know I may sound like a broken record for all the signs, but this is very fun, uplifting, inspirational, great new moon to be doing intention setting, goal setting around abundance, income, your relationship to pleasure and enjoyment and resources. There could be new income stream or resources coming in. Your ruler Venus is in trine to Mars. So this is positive and this is empowering. And, you know, we've got Pluto right on your midheaven in the 10th house, trine the new moon. So there could be big upgrades in work, in your income, in your leadership, in what your long-term goals are. Similar to what I just said for, I think, the Virgos as well. Your dreams can become even bigger and they're possible, right? We are limitless. You are limitless. Believe in your value. Believe in yourself. Woo! Guys, these tarot cards are on fire today for this new moon for everybody. Tauruses, you are the magician. Look at that magician. Making your dreams a reality. Creative power, confidence, mastery, magic. And look, he's got one hand pointed towards the ground, Earth, Taurus, another hand with his wand towards the skies, balanced in between. And he's empowered and he's embracing the magic of life and he's in manifestation. Believe in your manifestations. Believe in your dreams and they can become a physical reality. Your dreams are becoming a reality. This makes me excited because I'm a Taurus rising. Love you, Tauruses. Let me know what the heck is going on. And last but not least, we go to our Aries. Aries, sun, moon, and risings. You're having this new moon in Gemini in your 3rd house of Gemini. So it's Gemini, Gemini, Gemini all over the place. This can definitely be feeling like a lot of activity at the time of this new moon, busyness, information overload, but it's also a great time to be spending time with friends, neighbors, local community, getting out into your local community, looking at your day-to-day routines, looking at the information you're taking in. Does it resonate? Remember that reflective question. What is your message you're putting out into the world? Communication and conversations. All those Gemini Aries I've talked about the whole time, really, really highlighted for you and in alignment for you to be making intentions and focusing around. We've got your ruler Mars in the 5th house in trine to Venus. So this is beautiful, energizing, creative, romantic. Okay, you can have in-depth conversations with a lover to help plan your future ahead. Some of you may be doing a road trip, short distance travel at this time is really good. Saturn has just entered your sign on May 24th, 2 days before this new moon. And, you know, we got Saturn and Neptune going to be in your sign. We've just had that last solar eclipse in your sign. So this is positive, but there's also reality checks happening at the same time if there's things that aren't in alignment. Tarot card for you, we've got the Devil, okay? So Aries, whether it's within yourself or others, remember Gemini is others in communication, friends, siblings, neighbors. Self-sabotage can be coming up as a theme. Toxicity in your life can be coming up as a theme. Let's pull a bonus card. This is the first sign that's getting a really intense card. The Sun. Two major arcanas, the Devil and the Sun, very big opposites. I'm feeling you guys are transmuting a lot, and you guys are transmuting out of the darker aspects of Aries into the lighter aspects of Aries. And there may be some up and downs. There may be some up and downs for this new moon with you, because Saturn just entered your sign and this is a Saturn related card, where there may be some reality checks about some friends, siblings, neighbors, communication streams, your message that you've been wanting to put out into the world. Okay. But it doesn't feel like a tower moment, because we've got the Sun. It's a little bit of everything, and you're moving in the right direction, even though there may be possibly some freaky things coming up, information being revealed. So let me know, Aries, if that resonates with you. Sending lots of love your way. And we've gone through all the signs and the collective reading. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am excited for this new moon. Yay, 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 yay. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, share it if you really enjoy it. My husband Jens and I are going to be hosting our Soulful Summer Solstice Retreat in Algonquin Provincial Park, Canada, at the end of June. You guys can check that out at the link below at my website, megmoonbeam.com. And all my links, my socials, my workshops, everything is in the description box below if you want to check out my offerings. I love you all so, so much. Thank you for joining me. Happy new moon, and I'll see you guys all very soon. Mwah! Bye, everyone.